zero level damage. Search. Oh, again.
Man, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Like, oh wait, this could be a lot of damage right here. Oh, never mind. I take it back. It's another quick. Wow. Vortex kick. Vortex kick. Bart's
And
down.
killing that Bart.
Oh, wow, that's game. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wbel. So for today, we're going to be shoutcasting the Enthusiast League, and I'm joined here with my co-host Maechen X.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yep, and it's a pleasure to have shoutcast here with you. I'm super excited to get into these matches, and very excited to actually be able to shoutcast with you.
I'm excited too. It's my first time doing it, so forgive me in advance, but I'll do my best.
No, I have no doubt that this will go perfectly fine. So,
All right,
let's without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the matches.
Excellent.
Actually, before we get into the matches, it's probably a good idea to announce who's going to be participating in this tournament. So, without further ado, here are the brawlers of the Enthusiast division. First up here, we have Alkor, coach of Who's Your Daddy, ChaseVsAll, coach of Brave Frontier, Funded, coach of Descending Angels, Isvar, coach of Elda Enthusiast League, Kellz, coach of Feather Force, KoushouHaou, coach of the Mundivagant Orient Warriors, Loji, coach of Logical Fallacy, Ram9, coach of the Rock Boys, Surftaco, coach of Glassy Animals, and Unhindered, coach of Soak and Destroy. So now, let's actually get into the matches.
All right, so in this fight we got Get Enthused, Surftaco with Dia, Dario, the Crystalborn, and Mr. Seymour. And on the other side we got Get Funded, so Swifty vs. Swifty with Mira Luke, Ravies, and Wing of Destiny Stern.
All right, let's get into the match. All right, so from Get Enthusiast's side, he's running the full Katana team. And honestly, with Dario the Crystalborn being at such a high cost, I was surprised to see him get chosen, but I mean, he's a beast of a unit, so he's. I have no doubt that he's gonna be able to put in the work here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not just the tanking ability, but also I think he put out some good damage too. And with the status effects, he just put on his barrier. So I'm very interested in seeing how he works and if he's worth that high cost.
Yes.
But coming out from Get Funded side, a team after my own heart with the Wing of Destiny Stern. I've made no qualm in showing that that's one of my favorite units in the game. So seeing him bring it and knowing what that unit can do, I'm excited to see how his team functions, and having a good tank on his own side, Ravies, I think one of the top tanks for her cost.
Definitely one of the best MR tanks we have out there. So
absolutely, being able to tank very well and also evade, just absolutely invaluable.
Yeah.
Speaking of invaluable,
so here we go. Yeah,
this Dario is tanking
so much. Seymour's coming in and getting the fight started on Surftaco's side. But here we got Mary Luke. Dario's still tanking like a champ.
Yeah,
let's see how much damage he could do. It'll be interesting to see. He's trying to see what's recommended. He's going with triple drain.
That's
a nice chain.
Not bad for a tank, especially with how little he's taken and the heal back. He is putting in the work, honestly.
Yeah, and Gia continuing the chain, so
adding that up. Damage despite that elemental disadvantage.
Oh, and Seymour just tops off that chain.
Yeah.
Down Mary Luke goes. Yes. What? Now let's see.
This Dario is unkillable. That's only doing 3,000 damage. This is not looking great for.
No. Let's see if anyone could pull this around, it'll be Stern. If he pulls off a limit burst, he might be able to turn things around pretty quickly. So,
yeah, if Dario can run out of pain oh, never mind.
Well, there's almost max damage from Dia. So, no limit burst for chance for Stern there. Oh, that was harsh, but just shows you the power of these DPS MRs. You know, put them with a good, solid, high-cost tank, and they could really own the match. But good try from both sides, gotta say.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, those I was honestly super surprised at how much damage the Dea and the Seymour did there.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, there was a lot of chains being built, and Dario did a great job in helping build those chains for them to cap off on.
Exactly.
But even then, I don't know how much of a chain Stern had built up on him, if he had one at all, but Dea max capping him was not on my bingo card. I'll say that much. It was
she could definitely hit pretty hard, and I was surprised she hit that hard versus that 100 cost Stern there. So good job for her. But yeah, I'm not surprised from Surftaco putting a team like that together. I've had plenty of encounters of him in other leagues, and he's just very good at pulling these things off. So
yeah, his repertoire precedes him. He's definitely a very formidable foe, and that Dario, like I said in the beginning of the match, he's worth the cost. He has proven himself right there.
Like he chipped away and just healed back up and just continued those chains. He did his job very well. Good GGs to both sides. Funded is not a name I'm familiar with from other leagues, but look forward to see what he's bringing to the rest of the season. So
same here. Yep, GGs.
All right, going up to our next matchup, we got Ram9, my buddy from across the pond, running Kilfe, Veritas of the Water, and Surges versus ChaseVsAll, a name I know from Friday Night Fights a long time ago, with Seymour, Dia, and Sephiroth, another Katana team. This should be a good one.
Absolutely. I'm really interested in seeing how it goes, so let's jump into it.
All right.
All right, and like you said, off the bat, we have the Katana team coming out from ChaseVsAll, and then from Ram9's side, we have the Devout Spear synergy with that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood card. But I'm super excited to see this Veritas of the Waters. I have not seen even...
I don't know what she can do, and I'm excited to see this as well. So.
I just, like I said, I view her as like a water Sodali, and so I know she has like some similarities, but honestly... no idea. So
we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. There's the haste nullify coming out from Seymour.
All right.
Tech. I haven't seen that TMR in a minute, but it's super strong.
Yeah.
And then the light and dark buff coming out from Surges, which
that
will help against the Sephiroth, honestly.
Yep.
And then Kilfe running in. So this team is going straight forward in. So we should be able to start seeing sparks fly any second now. But Dea's not quite in range. So she gets
not quite in range yet.
Not yet.
Here comes Sephiroth, not range either. All right. He got his haste off, so the other team can't haste, and he's got his haste, so he's got a little bit of advantage there.
Yep, and there's the all elemental Riz buff on the Surges and herself. Did not. And the
sleep from Seymour.
Oh no.
Surges taking a nap, so
that might be bad over on Ram9's side. He just has one unit that's. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets KO'd in the next hit too. So the Surges and Veritas of the Water need to put in some work.
Yeah, here comes Kilfe.
Oh well,
there you go. It's one way to do it.
I said you need to put in some work, and she delivered right on cue. So
Surges still doesn't need to wake up. He's still letting Kilfe do all the work. And here comes Dia, and Dia takes care of him though, kills him in his sleep.
Yeah, that's to be expected because you take more damage while asleep. But oh my goodness!
The Veritas slats back that. Dia had her re-raise up though, so she's back in.
Yep. So see how much damage does Sephiroth?
Here comes Sephiroth. Yes. Not a lot on the Kilfe. She tanked that really well.
Yeah, but Sephiroth also tanked up Kilfe's last hit pretty well too. So
yeah. So.
Oh, wow.
So Sephiroth versus 2. Let's see.
Yeah. I don't like his odds. I'm gonna say that much.
Oh yeah. And he just got this haste removed too, so he's got a lot to do here. This Demon Purger doing more damage, a little heal back too, so he's trying to hang in there.
Yeah, he's going for the strike attacks, which is a little surprising, but here comes the Kilfe Limit Burst, one of my favorite ones. I love seeing him fly in the background. Is that 8,000? That was 8,000. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was quite the match. I was honestly really surprised by the Kilfe's tankiness. Like, I ran her in WDL, so I know how tanky she can be with the right VCs, but even so, tanking the Sephiroth and the Dea as well as she did, I was honestly really surprised to see that.
Yeah. She tanked very well, and then was able to do some damage. And it was a good combination. Ram 9 built her well. Looks like she had maybe a lot of slash resist built up. That's why Sephiroth was going for his punches, but even those weren't breaking through her. So well built by Ram 9. So ChaseVsAll did a nice job with the Katana team. Good tech by trying to haste up his side and cancel their haste. Just didn't have it in it. The other side just had a few too many hits to go. So
Yeah, and huge shout out to that Veritas of the Waters, because once again, I had no idea what she did, and I only got to see like, what, 3 or 4 moves? But those 3 or 4 moves were insane. Like, she was dealing massive damage. The buff she put on Surgis, even though he unfortunately died pretty quickly, was stacked. And she
put out the damage too, so she's an impressive unit. So Ram 9 getting her built, probably one of the first ones to get it at 140, showing her off, and quite a showcase to start with. So
absolutely, what a showcase to introduce us to this unit. So GG's to Ram 9, absolutely great match, and congrats.
Yep, GG's to both players. All right, up next we got Kellz leading with Jaden the Celebrated, Gernsback, and Surgis, a nice Pierce team, going against KoushouHaou with Surgis, Lucio, the newest one, and Marial. A little bit of light versus a full Pierce team. Let's see how it goes.
Oh boy. So, we get the full Pierce team coming out from Kellz. Not only Pierce, but you also have the good old cold triangle. You got the ice and water here. And one thing that's really nice is because we have the ban on the Veritas of the Heavens TMR. That means Jaden the Celebrated has more of a chance to shine, because that TMR really messes up his game plan. But if you look at the initial positioning coming out here, we might get a fight here pretty quickly, because I'm seeing the Surgis on KoushouHaou's side being very close to being able to enter combat. So, but looking at this team, once again, another team after my own heart. You got the light, new Lucio, my other favorite unit, Mariel, my third favorite unit. Both max reincarnated on my side. So definitely a team that I love to see, with the Surgis just being a really good 30 coster. So I'm excited to see this new Lucio put in some work. I hope so, because I love seeing some new Lucio representation.
All right. It's got Jaden doing his bells. That's good, because Jaden sometimes runs into some AP issues, so that won't be an issue now. We got Gernsback. One more buff before he jumps into the fight. And then we got Surgis up next. He's probably going to get this started. Leaping Assault. Oh, just a little bit of chip on the enemy, so well tanked on that side.
Incredibly well tanked.
Yeah.
Very surprised, because he's running a full Pierce team, so I would have expected a little bit more damage. Speaking of well tanked, I did not expect him to tank that from new Lucio that well.
Yeah, tanked very well, Surgis is on both sides are tanking, so tank Surgis or tank Surgis, so another well tanked move. All right.
This is surprisingly low damage coming out from both sides. I don't know what's going on.
Mariel, who, all right, she's just moving. All right.
I'm surprised she's not in range for anything. Maybe the longer range moves turned off, so we can get the buffs off. But what? Did she she dodge, or no? She took damage.
And that move reduces Pierce resistance, so
the tankiness on both sides is astounding. Okay, there's some damage. Okay.
Starting to chain up a little on the one side, but now we're going to get Mariel to start off on the other. Let's see what they can do. Oh, I'm sorry, Surgis first, and then Mariel.
All right, she should be in range this time. So let's see what her damage looks like. If she moves, maybe she just.
She's thinking, you know.
Once again, just wow.
Very well tanked up by Kellz.
I am at a complete shock here, honestly. But okay,
let's see what Lucio can do.
This is gonna be the... Okay. Well,
all right.
Okay, I'm surprised he didn't go for a triple hit or try to hit all 3 units, but oh my gosh.
Oh, but Jaden answers that with
Yeah, that's
quite a
incredible.
bit.
That's incredible because, okay, I was really surprised Lucio didn't go for his 3-hit, but they must have an insane amount of slash res. And
right.
Gurn's back just taking out that Mariel right there is
Yes.
awesome.
Making it an uphill battle for Lucio. He's got to take out these 2 units. What can you do?
Okay, that's
All
some decent damage, but
Decent damage.
Jaden heals it right back up.
Back up. All right. But his HP shield is gone, so let's see how can he keep tanking. He's casting a spell, so going for a magic damage this time.
Okay, it looks like they're going to be able to chain with each other, but hope for Kellz' side that there's a decent amount. So Pierce res down, and then Maddening
And
first,
magic
going for the magic attack instead of the Pierce.
Yeah. Gurn's back limit break. You don't get a chance to see this a lot.
Never. I don't get a chance to see Gurn's back a lot, honestly.
Yeah. Oh. And they have lapped Lucio, so.
Wow.
Oh. But still, he's just hanging in there.
I'm telling you, he's an amazing unit, but unfortunately he is out of AP and almost out of HP, so
Yeah.
unfortunately I don't see a really good way for Kousho to come back from this one.
But he just won't go down, though. He's refusing to fall. So.
Finally, after all that.
Then the Pierce team takes it. Wow.
Yeah.
Was not expecting that. Well done by that Pierce team. Not what I expected to see in this brawl. I expected a lot more damage right off the start, but both sides tanked really well. So it's just a matter of time before one side was able to punch through the other. And once Kellz was able to start laying down some damage, it was pretty much all over from the other side.
Yeah, like I said, it was hard for me to find stuff to talk about that match because I was just so flabbergasted by how tanky both sides were, honestly.
Yeah.
And like you said, once Kellz was able to start finding that damage, getting the Pierce res down, getting the chaining up on online, then it started to kind of snowball from there. But up until that point, it was just like 1,000 damage, 1,000 damage. And I think at the very beginning, I have to go back and watch it, but that initial hit on that Mariel, I think that Jaden maybe did like 1 damage, somewhere like, it was ridiculous how little damage both teams were taking. So
Yeah.
very well prepared on both sides. It was definitely a showcase in terms of how to build your units to survive. I'll say that much.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Take notes.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a pleasure to watch, and just GG to both players, and congrats to Kellz.
Yeah, GG's. Next up, we got Hokuton versus Hokuton. We got Isvar, the current leader, versus Loji, the former leader. On Isvar's side, we got Fang, Minwoo, and Surgis. So Pierce with support going against Loji, who's got Minwoo, OG Mont, and Summer Glaciella. Just looking at it off the top of my bat, it's the Pierce versus. Excited to see what Loji's side does because I don't see the damage there, but I'm excited to see what they can do. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it and see what happens, because I'm there with you. Because I definitely see the Pierce, and then Minwoo Devout. I'm pretty sure it's a Pierce Devout, the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood card. But then on Loji's side, like you said, we have 2 tanks with Mont and Summer Glaciella, and then Minwoo. I don't know the Vision card synergy. I'm sure there is something there. Like I said, I'm sure that he's definitely a much better player than me, so I know he has something cooking.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it
exactly.
is in my head. Yeah.
Just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I know there's something cooking there. So
Exactly.
we got Mont going with the early stow throw on, and a buff from Minwoo to get engaged, and then we got the other Minwoo chanting.
Yep, and Fang is also, oh my goodness. I was about to say, she has the elemental advantage, but Summer Glaciella is no slouch in terms of a tank, so I expected her to take a little bit less than that. But speaking of a little bit less, that did 1
less than that, yeah. So just doing the 1 full damage against Mont.
Wow, okay, so I bet you, I'm wondering, I'm waiting to see the damage, but I bet you Summer Glaciella or Mont, one of these 2 have to be built for damage. Maybe Summer Glaciella is there as the DPS, and I'm hoping that that's the case because she's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, but that heal back too. It's like she's been eating a lot of hits, but healing back nicely. So let's see how she responds. She an armor piecer from the Clairvoyant Astrologer VC lowers defense on the team. So
If you asked me what move was going to come out there, I would have gone through the entire book and not come out with that move.
yeah, that's right.
It makes sense. I just never would have guessed it. And once again, the damage from both of these, kind of what we would expect. Once again, taking one damage. This mod has to be 100% Pierce Res, or at least something like that, because he is taking no damage here.
No damage. Glaciella needs to separate from him and see what she can do. But both sides are still looking healthy. Glaciella needs a little healing, but it looks like Minwoo would probably come into that. So,
yeah. Decent damage on the Minwoo, which is good to see.
Yeah.
The only
Going for the backline.
I really hope that this Minwoo can go a little offensive to kind of help out with the damage a little bit, because as much as Glaciella is doing good damage to the Minwoo, I am worried about this Fang. I don't know who's going to be dealing with this Fang, because we saw Mont. We'll see. He's already out of AP, so he has enough AP for a stone throw. I take that back.
And got Protect and Shell now, back to full health for both those units.
Yeah, that's.
Slimmer Glaciella is going to have to. Basic attack out of AP.
And then the counter cure is just the insult on top. And then the courage popped from the Surges. Yeah, this is, unless the Minwoo just decides to start going DPS, I don't really see how Loji comes back from this one. But maybe with Mont being pretty close to full, maybe she can start dealing some damage here?
Yeah, this is
nope.
Teaching us self-preservation, so she's still in buff mode.
Yep, so this is okay. That's
got a Dark Bahamut summon,
which is going to make Isvar side do even more damage. And he has enough AP for stone throw, so I think he's going to got to keep on doing that. He's got one more stone in his pocket for next round. I will say though, this Mont is never going to die. I would not be surprised to see this go to turns. Honestly. Even if this Minwoo dies and does not get another heal in, this Mont is tanking everything so well that I'm telling you right now, if this Mont was the only tank and he had one more DPS instead of the Summer Glassy, I think this could have gone a completely different way. But as it stands, I just don't know how he's going to be able to deal the damage here, especially with Isvar's side constantly just chunking him down.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cycle of just damage and healing until this ends, unfortunately.
We got Minwoo trying to prove you wrong and say it's not going to go to turns.
Yep. See,
but the other Minwoo says, nope, we're going to go to turns.
Well, I was about to say that what Isvar's Minwoo did is what I was hoping Loji's Minwoo would do at some point in this game, because that as a nicely timed sleep could have just, oh my goodness, yeah, it could have turned this fight around. But as it stands, Mont at 0 AP, asleep, and Loji's Minwoo in healing and buffing mode. It's just 3 more turns left, and that's all she wrote. Yep. Like I said it before. This Mont is tanking amazingly well.
He will not go down.
He will not go down. He's basically a 100 coster right there.
yeah. He tanked very well.
Yeah, so that match was just ridiculous with how tanky that Mont was over on Loji's side.
Yeah.
But once again, like I said, I could see the vision I think that he was going for, especially if that Summer Glaciella wasn't doing bad damage at all. So if you had 2, very, very capable tanks, I think if Isvar brought anyone besides Fang, it could have possibly gone over in Loji's favor, because 2 strong tanks supported by a healer just keeping them topped off the whole time, they're going to get there eventually. So, but unfortunately Fang had the elemental advantage and is just a strong unit. Like I said, I have not seen much of her, but and I've heard like just middling things, so I didn't have much to expect really. But seeing her in action for, I think, the first time, honestly, on my side, was definitely a showcase. She put in some good work here, and I think was very crucial to Isvar's success.
Yeah, I agree. Fang, I've seen Fang a few times, and I'm actually always very impressed on what she can do. She seems to do a lot of things very well. I think she's pretty underrated in today's meta, but in these kind of formats, she absolutely has the chance to shine, and I think Isvar did a good job doing that. I think what you said about Loji's side is all true as well. I also think he was a little victim of initial placement. Fang was able to go after Glaciella right off the bat instead of being drawn into Mont, and I think those big hits in the beginning, Glaciella did sustain quite well in the beginning, but just couldn't keep up because Fang just kept targeting her, and it was just a matter of time before she was able to take her down. So, but it was very well built on both sides. You could kind of see what they were both going for, and it went to the end. So, GG's to both players. Congrats to Isvar.
Yep, GG's to both players. Congrats to Isvar.
All right, next up to bat, we got one that I'm looking forward to. Lucis's own Unhindered versus Lucis's own Alkor. Lucis versus Lucis. We get to find out which one we love more, Chisei, so here we go. Unhindered bringing the Agriettes and Curry and the new Shadowlinks. Agrias put in a lot of work for Unhindered in WDL, so I'm sure he'll do great things with her here. On the other side, on Alkor's side, the Season 1 champ, we got Surgis, Valade, and the new Oberon, the Auspicious. I have not seen him in action, so I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. So,
yeah, let's dive right in and watch.
All right.
And on that note, I also haven't seen much of the Shadowlinks personally. Like I said, unless it's a new unit that's A2 Jube or new LG,
right.
I don't see them. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. A lot of these ones fly under the radar.
Absolutely. So yeah, this new Oberon I've seen a couple times, and both times he's kicked my butt. So he's definitely can put in some work, and I'm excited to see it. But I will say, over on Unhindered side, he does have a ranged water unit that can also put in some strong damage. So I'm a little scared about Oberon's approach here, but we'll have to see if he can get in and deal some damage to the other two ice units that he does have the elemental advantage against. So
yeah,
we will have to see. But this buff coming out from a Valade with the Protect is going to pay dividends, trying to get this Oberon in range to be able to deal this damage.
Oberon running off to the side, so trying to avoid those arrows. We got Agrias doing her saintly wall. She's still on the back line, so we'll see if she can get up front more. Sturgis doing his buff.
Yep, it's just a nice buff session here, but
yeah.
Unfortunately, oh my gosh!
All three hit all three frostbite. That's not going to matter much for Valade, but the other two.
Yeah, that could be really bad if he doesn't engage right away. And with this limit burst coming out from Shadowlinks, it could be curtains. I don't know how much damage it's going to do. It doesn't kill, but it does a nice chunk. So yeah. The Protect really helping there, but unfortunately the Bell's not able to recover any because of the Frostbite. And also, that was tanked extraordinarily well by the Agrias. I am super surprised.
Yeah. Curry out of AP.
Yeah, out of AP, but I mean, he did his job. He definitely did his job there. That Frostbite is massive over on Alkor's side. It's going to be really hard for him to chew through this without any AP, especially with how much damage he did to the Agrias. Oh man, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle. We'll have to see if the Shadowlinks has the damage to be able to take them out first before the Frostbite wears out and he gets his AP back. But
Blade Caller with a follow-up, still just doing chunk off of or chip off of Agrias. Let's see, another Frostmourne Barrage, and Surgis goes down.
Yeah, I was saying how well Agrias is tanking, but this. Okay, never mind. I'll say this Oberon.
All right.
Yeah, elemental disadvantage coming in, unfortunately, for the Shadowlinks. Man, with no AP, this Oberon is just going to be relegated to auto attacking. That being said, that auto attack did more damage than his skills did in the first beginning. So,
not over for him yet. No, even with the counter.
Actually, though, with the Frostbite being over, and that counter actually dealing us a good amount of damage, there's actually a chance for Alkor here.
Yeah.
Especially if Valade can get in and get a heal in.
If he can get a heal in,
Oh, or buff again.
Or-
The protect is actually going to be super helpful. Okay. Well, it was helpful until it got removed. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That elemental disadvantage is too much.
Is like I said, if that protect stayed for one turn, then maybe he had a chance to come back into this. But right now, I think this is the cleanup. Yep, that's the cleanup there. Wow.
Well, very impressive showing by the Shadow Lynx. Big damage, taken out not just against the elemental disadvantage, but taking out the back line of Surges and Valade pretty early on. Very impressive showing. I haven't seen a lot of her. Very strong, I think, overall showing from our side.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, Unhindered's entire team did what you had kind of wanted for it to do. Agrius tanked extraordinarily well. Curry got in, used his Frostbite, and he was like, all right, I'm out, you know? I mean, he did get some chip damage in here and there, but after that Frostbite, he did his job. That's what he was there to do.
Yeah.
And then Shadow Lynx just brought the damage. Like, the team worked extraordinarily well from Unhindered's side, so that was, I'm sure that was exactly what Unhindered wanted to see there. But once again, not to discount Alkor either, because his side, like I said, that Oberon, unfortunately the damage was tanked up extraordinarily well by the Agrius, but given the elemental disadvantage from the Shadow Lynx, he also tanked very well. He had the heal backs, he was able to deal some damage, like he survived much longer than he had any reason to, honestly. And I think if just the Agrius was just a little worse built or something, like he would have had that match. The Frostbite really was the big hindrance there, though.
Yeah, I wonder if Oberon had the AP. He was generating the AP. I wonder if he had that pool built up, if he would be able to lash out bigger moves, and just never got a chance to. But that Agrius was tanking up whatever he was throwing at her pretty well also. So maybe it's hard to say. And Curry's Frostbite, we all know this is just one of those things that a Trust Stone just doesn't do it sometimes. So even if Alkor prepared for it, maybe he just couldn't fully negate it and just got a little unlucky with it, hitting all three of them. But it was a well thought out plan to do on Hinder's side, and GG to him for pulling that off. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great plan from Unhindered, and it came to fruition. So GG's to both players, and congrats to Unhindered.
Yeah, GG's.
All right. So those were some amazing matches that we watched. I was on the edge of my seat, especially for some of those last ones there. Honestly, this was an amazing kickoff to the season for the Enthusiast division, and I'm excited to see what comes up in the future. Especially because most of the teams that we saw were playing with some units that I don't really get to see often, and even some of the players were using some strategies that I don't really get to see often. So we definitely have some creative players in this league, both in the unit choices and in the gameplay styles. So this league is definitely shaping up to be an exciting one. So I am super happy and super grateful to be able to shoutcast these matches, and glad to be able to do that here with my co-host Maechen. So.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's fun. It's the first time I've tried anything like this. I'm sure everyone picked up on that pretty quickly. But it was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. These matches were incredible to watch and incredible to try to keep up with shoutcasting. A lot of creativity in these teams, a lot of well thought out ones. I think this is going to be a very tight race in this league, and I'm excited to see what this league produces in the next few weeks.
Same here. Like this is gonna be fun, because right now here's the current standings, but it's just week one, so nothing's in stone. So the people who got their first win are off to a good start, but we've seen some crazy comebacks, and especially in season 1 of WBEL. So
That's right.
excited to see how this all shapes out.
Yeah, same here.
All right, well, thank you everyone, and I hope you're excited for the next one. I know I am.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care.
Bye.